You like romantic comedies? We have those. This is 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. I don't have the physical book with me. It is a book that we do have as an ebook on Follett's Shelf, so you can check it out even if you are doing online learning. This year for Christmas, Sophie's parents have decided not to gather at her grandmother's with the extended family as they do every year. Instead, they're going to go to Louisiana to stay with Sophie's sister, who is expecting. Sophie's not going to go with them. She is going to go to her grandmother. She's just going to drive by herself there after her parents have left. She's just going to wait a little longer than they think to leave. And that's because she wants to spend some much needed time with her boyfriend, Griffin. So she calls him after her parents have left, and she lets him know. He suggests, instead of coming to stay with her at the house, which is now empty, that why don't they go to a party? Well, it's not what she had planned, but oh well. They get to the party and they are pulled in different directions. Later on, during the party, when Sophie goes to look for her boyfriend, she ends up eavesdropping on a conversation that he is having with his best friend, where she hears him say that maybe he needs a break from the relationship. Of course, Sophie confronts him, and it ends up leading to a breakup. And that is how Sophie ends up at her grandmother's over Christmas with a whole bunch of well-meaning relatives who think that they know the perfect guy to cheer her up. In fact, why don't they make a game of it? She's going to be there for 10 days. They can have 10 different blind dates set up. Each relative can pick who they think is best for her and the activity for the date. Now, these activities range from things like a hockey game with a group of friends, to a very questionable drive-in movie, to actually participating in a live nativity with said boy as Mary and Joseph. Of course, that is a recipe for disaster. I'm sure you can agree. The one thing Sophie does enjoy over her time at Christmas is spending time with the cousins that she has missed. And there is one guy who she kind of has been overlooking, and so maybe there is a little bit of hope for romance in the future. So check out 10 Blind Dates if that sounds like a fun story for you. Another great romantic comedy and another good new ebook that we have is The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. Clara is mortified when she learns that she was nominated for prom queen. Not because she shies away from attention. Far from it. The problem is it's just not her scene. So, her two best friends / partners in crime help her devise a spectacle that is worthy of the honor. Luckily, she is the one chosen. Because for any other girl to have a bucket of fake blood dumped on her right after being crowned would ruin the girl's year. As it is, she gets in a little bit of trouble. So Clara and Rose, who is the student council president and a very goody two-shoes, are called in to talk to the principal along with their parents. A punishment is devised for the two of them. They will work the summer on Clara's dad's food truck. This puts a damper on Rose's dance classes and her goal of being like valedictorian and going to an Ivy League college. And it puts a damper on Clara's summer of fun. She will not be able to hang out all day at the pool and spend hours on end at the movie theater. Most importantly, Clara will not be able to go to Mexico to visit her mom. Now, working in the restaurant business can be stressful and hard for anyone. But when you are in a cramped space that is hot and it is always rush hour, it's absolute torture. Especially because Clara and Rose cannot go 2 seconds without getting into an argument. But things change when they meet Hamlet. Hamlet works at a coffee shop at one of the truck's stops, and he is absolutely charming and seemingly enamored with Clara. Several weeks of working with Rose and hanging out with Hamlet change Clara's perspective on life. She decides she's going to do a good deed. She decides she will enter her father's food truck in a competition. And when she tells him about it, he's not happy. He's not excited. In fact, he's angry. And Clara reacts dramatically. She immediately leaves to go to Mexico on a plane to visit her mother, who was not expecting her, who doesn't make time for her. And now Clara wants to go back to Hamlet and her father and Rose and see if she can clean up the mess that she's made of everything. That is The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu.